Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to talk to you firstly about some previous favourites. I thought I would revisit some of my favourites over the last maybe 4 or 5 months. I always think it's quite good actually to give an update because we can talk about favourites on a monthly basis, but obviously we don't want to be too repetitive and keep mentioning them in going forward favourites. But then it's quite nice for you guys to actually see if we still like those and how we're getting on with them, 4 months time, 6 months time, whatever it might be. I'm not literally going to go through every month of last year because I feel at the beginning of this year I obviously did a roundup on everything that I loved from 2019. I'm just going to mention a few of the sort of more recent things that I'm really loving right now, continuing to love, sort of revisiting and refinding my passion for them, shall we say. And also, obviously, this is in April's favourite, so I'm going to mention some of the things that I really enjoyed through the month of April. So let's get on with the video. But before we do, I just want to obviously check that you're all okay. I'm doing fine, still working from home, sometimes in the office, sometimes from home on a rota basis, but doing absolutely fine. So I hope you guys are as well. So let's get into the video. So first up, I wanted to bring your attention to a very old favourite actually. I bought this in March 2019. I remember I was on an aeroplane going to Rome and I picked it up in duty free, and it's the Alpha H Liquid Gold with glycolic acid. Now, at that time, I absolutely loved it, and over the course of the 2 or 3 months after I purchased it, I still enjoyed it. Then through the hotter summer months, I just found glycolic acid wasn't kind of being quite so kind to my skin anymore, so I eased right back. I also use the Pixie Glow Tonic, the glycolic acid as well, and again, that I just took a step back from, wasn't overly enjoying the process of it on my skin anymore as much as I did. But over the recent weeks, we've had some really nice weather in the UK whilst we've been on lockdown, and just a little bit before that, I think it started way back in March, it started to warm up. So that being said, I'm sitting out in the garden. I suffer with hyperpigmentation. I think it's melasma. So my skin just sees the sun appearing in the sky and it starts to create this melasma again. Obviously, it doesn't completely go away in the winter months, but it's quite good through the winter and I don't have such of a problem with it. But it does come back obviously as soon as it warms up over here. And as much as I wear SPF, factor 50 now, from literally kind of March onwards, I will wear factor 50. Prior to that, through the winter, I wear factor 30. So yes, I can see a little bit of the melasma appearing again. I'm not overly concerned about it because I am protecting my skin. And I do also wear foundation, so I can kind of blend it in. So I'm not too concerned at the moment. But over the recent weeks, I've been going back to my glycolic Alpha H, and it really makes a difference. No way am I doing it every night whatsoever. Probably once or twice a week even. I started really gradually a couple of weeks back. So I've probably maybe used it 3 or 4 times, just, through the course of 2 or 3 weeks, say. And I just really notice it just kind of just takes everything back and just calms everything down a little bit the next day. I know it's a little bit like, don't go out in the sun then, because then potentially I wouldn't even need to use this. But I'm not going to stay in constantly just because the sun is shining. I have a garden, I have SPF 50 on, I do my best, but this kind of balances out any damage that I might be doing, if you see what I mean, indirectly, because I have a hat on. I try to sit in the shade where possible, but I do like the sun still, so I do sit in the sun a wee bit as well. But yeah, just to say that's really actually helped just calm down a little bit of the discoloration that you get. So back to loving that one right now. So I'm going to skip on then to some favourites that I mentioned. These two were first mentioned in November. And I must just say, going back over my favourites on and off through most of last year, sort of 6 months, 8 months, just dipping into a few of them. All the favourites that I mentioned, I am still using, still actually really loving and would repurchase. So I was quite impressed that actually everything I'd mentioned to you guys, I still genuinely really love. So I'm glad that I'd mentioned them in the first case, and I hope that tells you that I'm genuine about the products that I do talk to you about. So these two are almost, well, they're going to go in my empties as well, but I'm going to talk about them here because they're two sort of serums. This one's a hyaluronic acid from the Inky List, which I've gone through totally, finished this one up first and then carried on using this one up, which a week later I finished this one, and this is the Ordinary and it's the Buffet. It's not, I think there is probably some HA in it, but it's a bit more for peptides and potentially maybe older skin, so it just sort of gives that nice sort of all-round multi-purpose serum that maybe we need. I mean, at any age, but particularly as we get a little bit older and the skin gets a little bit more saggy, shall we say. So use those two up. Really do want to repurchase them, but they're not actually stocked in store in my local Boots, which is the only one that I am actually going to. And I didn't really want to do the click and collect or get delivered. I don't know, I just kind of thought, I'll just nip in there. I know I've really enjoyed another serum in there from Evian. So if I can find that one, I'll pick that one up because that's really hydrating. So that one's coming later. But for now, I just want to say, yeah, I finished these up, guys. So they will probably appear in an empties video in the future. But I do really still enjoy them and would definitely want to repurchase them when I can. So also in that same video in November, I mentioned about some nail varnishes. So it was a base coat and a top coat that I've been really loving from the Maybelline Superstay 7-day range. This is actually just a clear gloss. It's just a colour in itself, but I've been using this as my base coat and then doing my nail varnish and then going in with a Superstay, and it's like a plumping top coat, this one. This one, you can see I'm still sort of only halfway through the bottle, I think you can see, but it is getting a little bit gloopy and really quite hard to get out. So that's my bugbear with a lot of nail varnishes. When you get to a certain level, you've got to really sort of mess about with the bottle to actually get some on the brush to put on your nail. But that's a fantastic top coat. I don't apply nail varnish now without using this one as a base coat and this as a top coat. It just gives that slightly more sort of gelled effect look to the nail, and it definitely gives it staying power. My nails now can last, well, I think one of the times I wore one colour for literally 7 days and it was still fine. I just got bored with the colour, I just wanted to change it. But normally maybe 4, 5, 6 days is absolutely fine. So do still really enjoy those two products from Maybelline. Just so you know, the nail varnish I'm wearing today is a very sort of baby pink. I wanted something a little bit brighter for the weekend, so I popped that one on yesterday, and it's the Nails Ink, and it's called In Style Candy, and it's just a really lovely baby candy pink. So now I'm revisiting December of last year, and again, really happy with all the favourites that I had on that list, but I picked my two top favourites, my 100% favourites that I've actually repurchased since, so I know they're my faves. And this would be the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. I love this and I wear this 6 out of the 7 days. I pretty much wear some kind of foundation on my skin most days anyway. Even if I'm working from home, I kind of think all my foundations tend to have a little bit of SPF in them, I believe. So it just, I think, just gives a little bit of extra coverage. I mean, obviously I've got my Factor 50 on, so it's not a lot of extra coverage, but you know, it just makes me feel a little bit more prepped for the day. So this one is actually SPF 50 as well. So there's a little bit of extra coverage and benefit there. It's full coverage, lightweight protective makeup, and it can be full coverage, but I like the fact that I can just put a nice thinnish layer on. It feels very lightweight on the skin. I don't have to build it up so that you sort of don't see your skin underneath. I like the finish it gives and that you can still see my skin. And then if I just need to go on with a bit of concealer in any other areas, that's how I like to use this product, and it's amazing. I don't think actually in all my years of wearing foundation, which actually I only started to wear in my late 30s, I think anyway, I don't think I've loved one as much as this one. I know that's quite a big claim, but right here and now, it's definitely my favourite, and it has been since I bought it. And I've got another one ready to go as soon as this one's finished. Then a little bit of hair stuff. I picked up this one back in December, and it's the Garnier Ultimate Blends Nourishing Hair Food. I got banana and shea butter because it smelled so fabulous. I'm nearly out of this one, so because I knew I was nearly out, a good month ago, shall we say, I picked up another one because I don't want to be without it, basically. And I was a bit limited on the scents. They didn't have the full range in my Boots, but I picked up the coconut and macadamia. and that's delicious as well. But basically how I use this, I can put it on as a mask, and I do put it on as a mask occasionally, prior to just washing it. But what I do on the daily is on my wet hair out of the shower, I've sort of squeezed out as much water as I can into the towel, and then I put it up into a little hair turban, but I put a nice little glob of this all the way through my hair, particularly focusing on the end roots. Obviously you don't want to go right in to the roots, I mean the ends, not the roots, you know what I mean. Yeah, so I sort of keep away from my scalp, but all through my ends I massage this in, and then I pop it up in its little towel and let it dry like that. That is perfect. I can still actually smell it on my hair now, so that's really nice. And what I also do like to do on these particular days where I'm maybe not at work or on the weekend, and obviously we're not going anywhere at the moment, and this is a new thing because I hadn't been doing this previously when we were just going about our day-to-day as normal, but because life's a little bit different now, I literally, if I'm not washing my hair that day, I think I'm going to do it tomorrow, so I will literally just pop a bit of this all through my ends, tie it up, and just leave it through the day, maybe add a little bit more before going to bed sometime in the evening, and then I'm washing it the next day, so I wash it out that way. So that's really nice. I think it's making a difference. Also, maybe I'm not putting quite so much heat through my hair, because on the days that I might be working from home, I don't necessarily need to style my hair in the same way. I can just sort of make it look a little bit presentable and then just tie it back into a ponytail with a bit of this on it. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm glad I've got another stash ready and waiting. So in January, I wanted to mention this product because I have been using it on the daily on my freshly clean hair out of the shower. Once I've had it up in its little hair towel for a wee while, I will take it out to then continue to air dry, and I will pop a splodge of this pretty much all the way through my hair and obviously into the ends, where it's a styling product, so it's not really a treating product, as it were. And basically it's the Moroccan Oil, and it's a hydrating. So it is a styling cream, but it does claim to actually help with hydration, hence why I bought it. I got this one off of Amazon actually. And I've been using it every day because I've got it. I did definitely notice a difference. If you continue, once you put it on and you continue just to let your hair just air dry and don't style it, you will see if you've got curlier hair or any sort of kinky wavy hair, you will see it sort of holds that and just sort of separates the curls, and they don't start to go mega frizzy. If you just dry your hair naturally and got no product on it, your hair can get very frizzy. So this sort of keeps it all toned down. But then obviously I go in and style it and use some other products and finish it off. I kind of have forgotten about that step, but very recently the air was a little bit damp and there was some humidity in the air, which I hadn't perhaps realised, but I don't know if it would have made any difference anyway. But I got all a little bit confused, got a little bit relaxed in my routine when I was doing my hair, and I put a completely different styling cream product on my hair first instead of this one. Didn't think it was a big deal. I'd used it before many times, just thought, oh, I'll use it up. Put it in my hair, styled my hair as normal, and we went for our little walk. Well, my hair went extremely frizzy and curly and unruly by the end of our 10-minute journey to where we were going. I just couldn't stop touching it. I was trying to hide the fact that it had just pinged up and all the frizz had returned, and my hair was just sucking the moisture from the air, and I couldn't understand why it had done that. That hadn't done that for a very long time. And then I remembered that I didn't use this in the morning. So it's proven to me now that yes, okay, my hair can still absorb a bit of the moisture because it still does that. It's that kind of hair. But this is definitely something that I'm not going to miss. This is a step I will always include now. And very much so, the fact that that's proven that fact to me, I'm going to have to repurchase it. I wasn't sure. I was a little bit on the fence thinking, yes, I'm enjoying it. Would I repurchase it? Because it was like 20 quid, I think, on Amazon, even though this is a big pot and it's probably going to last me probably 6 to 7 months in total. So that's fine. But would I have repurchased it? But now yeah, that's reaffirmed my thoughts, and I definitely will. Okay, so now we're just revisiting February's favourites, so I'm not going to hang around here too long because obviously I appreciate it wasn't very long ago. You can, of course, go back and look at any of my favourites videos. They'll obviously be all down there for you to click on, because like I said before, I do love every single one of those products that I have talked about in its entirety on those individual videos. I just thought I'm going to pick two of my favourites from that particular video. The first one being the Hydrating Mist Spray from the Telarium range, Ultra 8, and that's the La Roche-Posay there, you can see. I really love this, and it's come into its own as the weather's got warmer. Obviously through March and April has been fantastic here, pretty much almost on the daily. So yeah, I absolutely love just to spritz this on as and when through the day, particularly first thing in the morning. If I'm not sort of showering straight away, maybe on the weekend or on the days I'm working from home and my routine's just a little bit different, so I'm not going to wash my face and shower immediately, then I'll just spritz a bit of this on and then go about whatever I'm doing, and then obviously, you know, I cleanse my face normally. You can spritz it on obviously on top of makeup as well then through the day. What I did do the other day, I actually went for a little run. I haven't done a run since I stopped my gym membership, which was probably like 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, 6 years ago I would say. And I think I may have attempted one road run. Ooh, 3 years ago, I can't even remember. It was not good, so that hasn't happened. But do you know what? I just thought last week, I'm gonna go for a run. So I got up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and went for a run. But before I went out, I spritzed a little bit of this on, and it just sort of wakes you up. Doesn't sort of change your face at all. It just woke me up and said, yeah, I'm in the headspace now, I'm going for a run. And I will say, I did all right. I was pretty impressed, and I'm going to attempt another one tomorrow. But that's all I'm saying on the matter. So yeah, really enjoying that. And this is fantastic. It's a mascara from Max Factor, and it's their high definition. As much as I love the mascara, but this is the only one in this colour that I've tried. But because I love it, I'm just going to repurchase it, and I might be doing that very soon, because I sense, even though I got this in February, March, April, I should still be all right for maybe another month, but I can just sense it's drying out a tiny little bit. And the reason why I love this one so much is the colour, and it's blacky brown, or just black brown even. And I've just been wearing this constantly every day since. I haven't worn a black mascara. I will say I've worn one once, and I'll explain in a moment, but I just have loved it so much. It just, you know, okay, it's good mascara anyway, does what it needs to do, does what I want from it, so that's the good thing. But the colour is just so nice, and it complements my skin and face, and I just really enjoy wearing more of a browny black. And because of that, and because I knew I was getting a little bit low on the days that I've been working from home, once or twice this week, I went back to a black mascara and used it. Do you know what? Nah. I think black mascaras are gone for me. Don't quote me, but I think that could be the case, because I immediately went straight back to this one, and I'm just gonna continue to do so. So I'm gonna repurchase that very soon. I might just sort of eke it out through most of May and then see how we get on. But I love a brownie black mascara. So now we're on to present day, and this is potentially my April favourites. Not a lot going on, but just one or two bits and things that's been getting me through the month that I thought I'd mention to you. And I did touch on this little combo actually in one of my vlogs, can't remember when, 2 or 3 videos back, maybe more. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I was trying to think what that one was called. I know I decluttered, I think it was just things that was keeping me busy or making me happy or something like that. Maybe earlier in March, something like that. But basically, it's these two products, this combination particularly, and it's the Super Facialist, the Vitamin C plus Brighten Skin Defense, I think, yeah, Skin Defense Daily Moisturiser. I have been using this on and off for a good 2+ years. And then you find another moisturiser, and you go into that. And then I've been using my Your Good Skin one because it had SPF 30 in it, so I use that through the winter. But when I stepped up to using SPF 50, this one in particular from Kiehl's, that again I purchased last year, I didn't really need my moisturiser with the SPF 30 in it. So this is where I'm going. So I switched up and went back to using this one from my stash because I knew how much I liked it, and it gives that really lovely, juicy glow to your skin that you want at this time of the year. But because there's no SPF in it, it has got UVA or something. Yeah, UVA and UVB protection. But to me, that doesn't say anything about an SPF. So it obviously helps because of the vitamin C side of things to keep your skin from discoloring, because vitamin C helps with that hyperpigmentation, I believe. Yeah, so I've been using that and really enjoying that as a beautiful moisturiser, and this sits beautifully on top of it. And this is the Ultralight Daily UV Defense, and it's the SPF 50 from Kiehl's. Now these two just sit beautifully, and in fact I don't necessarily need to apply a primer on top of them before going in with any foundation. It all sort of sits, maybe it depends on the foundation, but when I'm using the Urban Cover that I've just talked to you about, absolutely fine. But if I wish to put a primer on as well, that works absolutely fine and equally as good. So this little combo is going to see me definitely through the summer months, and we'll just see where we go from there. Really enjoying those. So much so that Boots had an offer on, I think of a third off or something, so I picked this one up for, I probably saved a good £4 or £5 on it, so I got a backup, so pleased with that. And then just touching on to the serums that I mentioned earlier that I've run out of, the hyaluronic acids, etc., and the buffet from The Ordinary, I revisited Even. Again, this one had something like a third off, so instead of being 16, 17, 18 quid, whatever it normally is, it was 12 or 13, something like that. And I remember using this one religiously last summer because it's so hydrating, and I just remember taking it on holiday and knowing this was the one I wanted to take for that thirst-quenching boost of moisture that my skin needed when it was hot. So I thought, summer is coming, I'm just going to repurchase this one because I knew I enjoyed it so much. So that's replaced my hyaluronic acid and The Ordinary buffet at the moment. But over the coming weeks, I'm sure I'll get another one in, because otherwise, well, I will continue to use it, but I go through it so quickly, and I do like a bit of a backup from the Inky List or something, because they're a lot cheaper. So easier to keep rotating and repurchasing. And I like to mix things up, you know. I do get a little bit bored if I keep using exactly the same products for more than potentially a week. Even though I say that, that doesn't quite work with this because I use it every day and I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't know. I'm just a bit of a skincare junkie and I like potentially more than one of most things. But anyway, loving that and glad I managed to pick that one up. Okay, so nearly at the end, guys, but I wanted to mention this, and I'm totally not in the market to be advertising any kind of medications or treatments or supplements at all, because I think we're all very individual. We all want something different from anything that we're putting into our body, from food to extra supplements. But I did kind of just want to mention these because they have helped me out, and I think a lot of people actually buy things over the counter anyway. So, I mean, this is talking from me, okay? But I picked these ones up in Boots, and it's the Selenium plus vitamins A, C and E, and they're one of those sort of healthy medications that you can take for hair and skin and nails. There's lots of these beauty supplements that actually promote hair, skin and nails, and I never know what to believe, and I don't want to spend 20, 30 quid on a month's supply of tablets if I haven't done my research. But I saw these and I have a feeling they were about £6 in Boots. You get 60 tablets, so you've got 2 months worth there, and I just thought, that's not breaking the bank. I'm gonna try them. And yes, I'm very happy with them. Again, I'm not promoting them from everybody, but I just want to say I did a bit of research on the Selenium, and actually it is linked to helping a thyroid problem, which is in a little bit of my history. So again, these are very much tailored to me. You can just go and buy some iron tablets. They might suit you better. But anyway, they've helped, I think, with the quality of my hair, although that's going to take a little bit longer, I think, for me to actually notice. But what I have more immediately noticed since I've been taking these, and I'm probably got another week, I've probably been taking these for about 6 weeks now, hence why I've never mentioned them before. I like to see results before I would mention most things, but my nails are enjoying them. I think I haven't changed anything else in my diet and my nails are pretty brittle and weak, and they have been for years. This is the only thing that has helped in recent times. So yeah, I'm enjoying the fact that my nails are growing a little bit, so I think that's got something to do with these tablets. But like I say, I'm enjoying them, and that's just me personally. Ozark, let's talk about Netflix. Might be a little bit late to this party, I'm not sure, because we're on season 3 now on Netflix. But we have watched Ozark 1 and 2. We're almost finished 2. We've probably got about 2 episodes left. And it's really, really cool. It's a little bit, shall we say, you know, a little bit, I can't watch that at times, but actually then it's not as bad as you think it's going to be, because it is based around the Mexican drug cartel. And it's about money laundering. It's about a particular guy that was money laundering, and he's sort of saving himself by trying to create more money to launder to give to the cartel. So he's having to save his family basically, because if he doesn't get this right, they're all gonna die. So he's got to work for the cartel. So he's moved to this very quiet, sleepy area of the US, and his family have moved with him, and it's just really cool because you see the relationships with his daughter and his son. His daughter's, I think she plays like 15, 16, something like that, and the son potentially would be 9 or 10 or 11, something like that. So it's a nice little family setup. Very strong wife and mother. Her characters really come into it in season 2, I think, and she's sort of holding everything together. But yeah, there's a lot of episodes that make you go, wow, really? Let's get going with the next one. And that's what I absolutely love about any series. So like I say, a couple more to watch, hopefully this weekend, and then we go on to season 3, which apparently is even better. So yeah, really enjoying that on Netflix at the moment. And then just the very last thing I wanted to mention to you, because we've all got this extra little bit of downtime, and I mentioned to you before I've started re-loving my passion for drawing. And just, you know, pencil drawing with a little bit of colour, maybe something like that, which I did talk about in a previous video. So I just wanted to show you I'm still doing that. That wasn't a little one-hit wonder. I'm still doing that. And I don't know, actually, you're probably not going to see this too much because it is very bright on the screen, but I don't know if you just make out there, that's a baseball cap. That is my Fila baseball cap. I was quite pleased with that. What else did I do? I have... Looking at this out of context looks a little bit strange, but I was drawing this, sat outside in the sun, on my table. I'd eaten an orange or a little satsuma, and all the peel was there in the plate, on the plate still. And I literally just drew with the shadow, with the sun coming down. I just drew. It took me a good couple of hours, and the sun was moving, which didn't help. Yeah, and I was just playing because that was actually really quite hard. But if you saw it with the actual original that I was copying, that looks okay. But out of context, but it is apparently quite hard to draw things like that. And then I just like doodled. Where did I doodle from there? I just doodled some sweets and some odd little bits because, you know, you've got to keep practicing, haven't you? So again, I drew some pencils. These were just some mini eggs and some Smarties and a couple of like little shells. I don't know about that. That looks a bit odd. It looks like a walnut whip to me, but that little shell kind of came out okay. So yeah, I'm still doing a little bit of dabbling with that. So there you go, guys. I hope you like this little roundup and revisit of some of my previous favourites, and just letting you know what I've been up to and what I've been enjoying and filling my days with through the month of April. I hope you're safe, I hope you're well. Please like this video, leave me a little comment if you wish to, that would be fab, and share the video if you wish, that would be great, and subscribe perhaps before you leave. All of that good stuff, and stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.